This is Unterkrebach by DerJogi or DerJogi. It's 249.22 megabytes to download. Now this was a map that appeared a few weeks back on all platforms, but it was just called Krebach then. It got removed for console. I don't know why. It stayed on PC. I did have all my notes prepared for it when it came out, but it got removed, so I didn't get round to doing it. As far as I can tell, it's pretty much the same layout. All my notes of where I was going round, what way I was going round, are exactly the same order. I think there's been a bit more detail added, which is pretty cool. And one thing else to note, this does require the Bavarian Farm Pack to be able to download it. It will download it automatically for you, and if you forget to select it when you load into the map, it will remind you and it will select it for you, which is pretty cool. But anyway, description there says, welcome to Unterkrebach, a map born purely out of imagination. It's a small map where you can find work and relaxation at the same time on an old established farm. What awaits you on the map? There will be 20 fields, 5 meadows, various outlets and productions, a small BGA, a complete farm with animals, horses at the horse farm. You can take water from the ponds. Forest for the tree hoppers among you are plentiful. We wish you a lot of fun with the map. So let's go and check it out. And here we are. This is where you start off in all three modes. We are at the main farm or starting farm. This is the map. As you can see, it's not a very big map. When you think, if you come out this far, this is how big like a full-size map would be on console. So we are here, so it's pretty cool. It is a very nice map. I'm getting the vibes from sort of Kleinsland and Fruling about this map, which is pretty awesome. I am in new farmer mode. In a new farmer mode, we start off with all this in blue. So we've got this big area, which is like your main farm, which is kind of split up into two sort of sections. You've got this area and then this area at the top. We also get fields 4, 5 and 17, which is down there. I would say it's a bit of a trek, but it's not a very big map, so it's not too bad. Those areas to buy in the other two modes, because you don't start off with any land in Farm Manager or start from scratch. The farm area is over 189,000. Field 4 is just over 60,000. 5 is 82,000. And 17 is 81,000. The field prices aren't too bad because they're not huge fields, but they are decent size for this sort of map. I think field 10 was the largest in terms of price. That's 137,000. 19's a decent size. That's 133. And then we got small ones like 24. That's only 23 grand, like so. You can't buy all of the maps, so all this sort of area here you can't buy. We do have a few forestry areas. See, I can't buy none of this. There's a little bit of forestry there for 28 grand. This plot here, which takes in these three little bits, that's 30,000. Again, you can't buy that bit. There's a huge bit of forestry here for 301,000. Another one there for 95, and one there like so. There is a BGA down here, as you can see, but you can't buy that land, even though it's got like a board around it like most of these. You can't buy it, but you can obviously buy the BGA as normal, like a production point or chain. Various sell points and production points around the map. Pretty cool. On our farm we have got a sleep trigger, cows, sheep, chicken, pigs, and we've also got another cow barn up here. We've got silos, hay lofts, pig food mixer, and a TMR mixer, which is pretty awesome. So we'll get to see all those as we go. We do start off with a large greenhouse, which is there. We do own it. And there is horse barn here and a horse pasture. The horse pasture has 4 horses in it, which we do start off with as well, even though we don't own the land. So if I scroll down to the animals, none of the other barns or pens have got any animals in, but there's the horse pasture. We've got 4 horses in there. They haven't got any feed or water, so you will need to look after them straight away if you want to go down that route or sell them off. There is contracts available, and like I say, in the production chains we've got our pig food mixture, all the ingredients you're going to need to produce pig food, which I think is pretty cool. TMR mixer, which is labelled as a farm food mixer. And then we've got the large greenhouse, which just is the standard in-game greenhouse. There is 100 collectibles as well on this map, which is pretty cool. In terms of modded in things, I'll go through all this and then we will get going, I promise. Got a few modded in things in sheds. As you can imagine, everything here with lizard underneath is all modded in, and it's part of that Bavarian farm pack, because that is what your farm is made up from. But there's some cool things in that pack if you're not aware of it. We've even got a little cabinet there for front loader tools, which you'll see in a second. We do have that on the farm. In silos we have again all this lizard stuff, bunker silos, a farm silo which is a multi-fruit, 2 million litre capacity. Again, you'll see that as we go. We've got manure pits, we've got a hay loft, 250,000 litre, that's all on the farm. And then another manure pit like so. In silos extensions we've got a manure heap extension. And what else do we have? Excuse the notes here. In tools we've got our workshop trigger. That isn't actually a building, it's just sort of invisible, but you can see the spanner or the wrench, so you can place that down if you wanted to. And what else? In farmhouses we've got the Bavarian Farmhouse, which you will see in a second, which is pretty cool, nicely decorated. In factories we do have the pig food mixer and the farm food mixer, so you can put them down again if you want to. In animals, again, it's all part of this Bavarian pack. We've got a cowshed medium, which is quite a big size. Some of you guys will be familiar with these buildings if you've used that pack. And then a cow barn big. You'll see all these as we go round. In a second, we do have in pigs a pigsty, which again is on our farm. Sheep barn down the bottom, again you'll see that in a second. Chicken coop, which is only 9,000 to buy, and that will hold 360 chickens. Awesome little chicken coop that is. And in others we do have a dog house, which is there. Again, you'll see all this as we go. What else was there? In decoration and others we do have this pallet rack, which again you'll see some of those as we go around, which is pretty cool as well. I think that is it for that bit. The modded in things. In the painting there's not really a lot we haven't already seen. We've got two types of animal mud: concrete, dirt, forest ground, grass and gravel. That is it. Right, I promise you we will get on to the tour. We'll go through slot counts and equipment. You start off with the same equipment in all three modes. Like I say, the only difference in Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you don't have any land. But we will get a Fendt Favret 511C as a small tractor, and the slot count in all three modes is 1,178. Got a Russell Mash harvester, a Schaffer or Schaefer front loader, a Brantner trailer, header for your harvester. We've got a Brantner manure spreader, a FarmTech slurry spreader. We've got a Pottinger loading wagon, forage wagon. We've got a food mixer for your TMR, which I'm not sure why you'd need it, because you've got that thing that mixes it for you. And then we've got a 600 kilogram 10 winkle weight. That is what we start off with. Now you can get that slot count down, obviously. There's the doglet. If we sell off all the vehicles like I've just showed you and equipment, you can get down to 1,099. You can get it down even lower because you can sell off quite a few buildings. You can sell off everything on this farm. You can sell off, if I show you the map up here, we have solid fertilizer tanks and liquid fertilizer tanks, a lime station. You can sell those off. You can sell off the horse barns over here. You can sell the greenhouse. So you can sell quite a few things. You can get the slot count down to 905. That's the lowest I got it down to. But be warned, there is a lot of things that remain when you sell off some of the buildings. Things floating in the air. I'm going to show you a quick clip of that, what this area looks like sold off, and some of the floating things. So there you are, be warned. I would personally leave this farm as it is because I think it's a very cool layout. Anyway, we do have a track that goes out to the road to there. If we spin round, we've got our dog house just there, Bellow. Up here we've got our sleep trigger for the farmhouse, and we've got a wardrobe icon there. Very cool looking farmhouse is what I'm trying to say. This is part of our cow shed. I'll come back to that, but that is a bit of a labyrinth. We've got a nice shed over here with some of our equipment in. We do have lights which we can turn on and off. Doesn't matter where you're stood. This is our sheep pen. We can open these doors. Most of these little doors will open as well on the buildings, which is pretty cool. So you've got your animal dialogue boxes will hold 25 sheep. Do have a little bit of a racking system in here. That isn't the modded in ones, they're a lot bigger than that, but we do have those. Your wool is going to appear out here. You can go in these doors if you want as well. And then your feed trough, which I think is awesome, it's got a wooden effect, is just here. It's pretty cool. They won't need water because that is classed as a barn. So that is the sheep barn. You can go up this ramp as part of the cow shed. Got a bit of a hay loft up here. You can access this from down there. You'll see all this again in a minute when we run round, and you can access it from that side. You can walk down this area like so. We've got a door here. See what I mean about a bit of a labyrinth. So we can walk all down here. Now we're back at the start. As you can see, we've got this door here. Again, you can open all these little doors. This is where you're going to collect your milk from. So we were up there just a minute ago. Your dialogue box is here for your cows. This will hold 45. It is a drive-through, which is pretty cool. Again, a small door there. And then we've got another door here, which again is a drive-through. This is where your feed and straw will go, feed trigger. We were up there as well just a minute ago. Pretty smart. Oh, your straw trigger's there actually, labelled up for you. Awesome. Your slurry you will collect from here. There's the pit. Got some of our equipment there. I'll run back through this way and we'll go round. This is your hay loft. 250,000 litre capacity. There's our vent. We'll tip in there and you'll pipe out just there. We do have shed space, which again you can drive through, which is pretty cool. You've got tracks all going around like so. There is your manure pit for your cows. Right, I'm going to go this way. We've got a bunker silo there, which you can drive through if you're not using it. We do have a track that meets up with the track we will take in a second. This is one of the large racking system, which is pretty cool. You got your weight down there, look. Little shed with your front loader. So yeah, as you saw, all this remains, and these hanging bits of sort of ivy remains, so just be careful. Nice little tree there. I'll go down this end first. Let's go to the chicken coop. This will hold 360 chickens. Your pallets will spawn there even of eggs. Your feed trigger, look, is just there. workshop trigger is just in under here. I couldn't seem to get rid of that icon and all this sort of rubbish that stayed there when I sold that building, as you saw. Bit of shed space, they're not bunker silos. We have a door there which we can run all the way through out, and this is a drive through. This is your TMR mixer. So again, you tip in and you pipe out there. We can drive all the way through and out, which is pretty awesome. So you're not restricted. Like so. Right, that is that bit of the farm. We'll move on up to the top half. Apologies if I'm sort of flying around, but there is a fair bit to take in when it comes to the farm. I'll just go in cab. So yeah, you can drive through this bunker silo. Just to the right there is a set of gates where you can take them, look, and it does meet up with this track here anyway. So if you're not using the bunker silo, it's a quick shortcut. I'm going to stop the tractor there. Now I'm going to do this little area first. So there's some more of the big racking. Shed space for your harvester. This is your pig food mixer. It tells you on there. So you tip in there your ingredients and you pipe out just there, which is pretty cool. Got a little shed up the back there. And then this is our pigsty. So your dialogue box is round here. This will hold 108 pigs. Again, all these doors will open. Going to collect your slurry from there. Like I said, a lot of you guys will be familiar with these buildings, but I will talk you through them. So your feed and straw triggers are just there. But what is quite cool about this, if we go up to this sort of control trigger there, it says feeding okay. The trigger is there. It's all nice and open. If I click circle for me, it shuts the curtains down. It gets rid of the feed trigger icon. And it says no feeding, so you can't feed them like that. If I click that again, the curtain goes up, it's got the feed trigger back, and it says feeding okay. I thought that was pretty cool. So there you go, this is the front loader tool shed. Shovel rack, as it says. You can open both these doors, put all your pallet forks and buckets and things in there. I thought that was quite awesome. Right, that's that little bit. And kind of go up a little bit. This is your farm silo. You'll tip in there on the left and you pipe out just there. Like I said, multi-fruit, 2 million litre capacity, so quite hefty. As you can see, another manure heap extension there, and this is our cow barn up the back. I'll go up this end so you can see it a little bit better. I'll position myself to go out of the farm. I'll leave the engine running. Got a feed mixer there, another bunker silo just there. Again, all these little doors you can open. I will open all of these. Your milk is going to be collected just here, like so. Your dialogue box for your cows up here is just there. That's 45 cows again. And then your feed and your straw triggers all the way through here. And we can drive all the way through, like so, which is pretty cool. And open all the other doors. Very nice layout as well. Is we do have a diesel tank just here which is empty, but we can fill that up. It's got a total capacity of 25,000 litres. And that, guys, is the farm done. Let's get round the map. Pretty cool layout though. I really like that farm. It's different. I like the fact that it's got different areas to it. So we've got some gates here. Pretty sure these gates weren't on the first version, but I could be wrong. One of our fields just there to our right, as you can see, nicely prepped. That's field number 5, and then this is field number 4, like so. Up in this top corner, we have got our first sale point, which is the farmer's market, which is just there. And then just over there to our left is the animal dealer. I will jump out. It should give us access to all the animal pens because we can use them. Even in Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, it allows you to use all the animal pens. You don't have to own any of the land. I mean, the land that the horse barn and pasture is on, you can't buy it anyway, but you can still use them. Right, we need to take this fork here and go round. So as you can see, there's our cow barn just there. Very, very nicely detailed. It's got a great feel to it, this map. I love little maps like this. The lighting's good, everything just fits well. The mountains in the distance, just really, really nicely done. Right, we have got this area. Let's park up here and run around. A few things going on here. We have got a liquid fertilizer tank. Again, it is empty, but it allows us to use it and we can fill it up. It's got a total capacity of 173,500 litres. We've got our grain mill, which is just there, which you can use as a sale point or production point. And then we've got a solid fertilizer tank. Again, we can fill up 60,000 litre capacity if we wish to. And just over there is the lime station, where you can get your lime from. Now, when I was selling off everything, I think that one there didn't disappear. It sold and gave me the money, but that stayed there. That and the lime station were removed, but like I say, I think a map like this, it's not hurting up here. I think you'd leave them where you are, where they are even, because where you can't really buy all of the land or a lot of the other land apart from fields, it's going to be a little bit more trickier to place down things like that around the map. Right, you don't get any traffic down these smaller tracks that we're on now, but as soon as we hit this main road, you do get traffic on here. There is also people walking around, so there's plenty of life on the map, which is pretty smart. Just here on our left, we've got the large greenhouse. Like I say, we don't own the land or anything like that, but we can use it as a production chain. It is ours. You can open both those gates, as you can see. Just in here, probably going the wrong way by the look of the arrows, we've got another sale point. This is agricultural trade, which is kind of like a main sale point. So just up in there, and then out this way, although I think you better go in that way. Never mind. And then we need to scoot across here. This is the only way in and out, but look at the detail. Look, lovely building, picnic benches. Very, very nice. And we've got this zone here, so I'm going to swing round, leave the tractor running again. Just over here we have got horse breeding, which is a sale point. This is where you can sell like your bales and your loose grass, hay, straw, silage, etc. It also takes cut sugar beet. I think most of the sort of bale sale points on 22 do that now. This is our horse pasture, so this is where your 4 horses are. So your feed trough is there. Because it's a pasture, they will need water. And then there's your dialogue box. We'll actually hold 5 cows, but we've got 4 in there, so you've got room for 1 more. If you want to take them out for a ride, you can open that. There is a manure heap here. I've not tested this, but hopefully you should be able to get manure from your horses. What was I going to say? Let me just check. I'm guessing you will only get manure from this horse barn because you will put straw in, whereas you won't for this one. I could be wrong though. Anyway, there's our horse barn. It's just the base game one, so pretty familiar. Your straw and your feed triggers just there. Your dialogue box. 8 horses. Like I say, you can use that. You don't have to own any of the land. You can't buy this land. I've said that before. Repeating myself now. Apologies for that. Right, out of here. We're coming down towards the huge forestry area. So there is plenty of trees in this area just to our right. So you are going to make a ton of money off that area if you buy it. The good thing about that is just down here is our sawmill. So you haven't got far to transport your logs. Usual sort of affair down here. Sell your wood. You can use it as a production chain. Wood chips, all sorts, things like that. Which is pretty cool. And back onto that main road. Ooh. Hitting some salt box there, I think. Little things like this though, I love that. Little the lily pads, the bulrushes, got the windmills, wind turbines in the background. It's really nice detail on here. And I think the icing on the cake for me is a little bit further down the end here, which I think is absolutely awesome. Another cool little bridge there, leads off to some of the other fields. But just here on our left is the dairy. I'm going to pull in here and run across the road. Whoa, there's a van there. This is your dairy, as you can see, like so. And then right behind us we have got the Unterkrebach milk, which is a sale point for milk. But weirdly enough, this, I'll show you where we've been in a second. Weirdly enough, this takes cotton. As you can see on the right, Unterkrebach milk. Very odd. Just thought I'd point that out. Right, so we did this part of the farm. We came up this track. I did the pig area, and then we went back up the top sort of part of our farm for the cow barn. Took this track out, past our two fields. Up here, farmer's market, animal dealer, and down through here into this area where the fertilizer and lime was, and the grain mill. All the way along, joined the sort of main road, large greenhouse. That was agricultural trade, into where the horses are with the barn sort of sale point, and the horse pasture and barn. That's the huge forest area. In there was the sawmill. Back out. I've parked there now, and we are at the dairy and the Unterkrebach milk, and we're just going to carry along and finish off down here, which is pretty smart. So that is those areas. I'm going to try not to get run over. If we drive in through this area here, we have got Unterkrebach mill just under here, which is another sale point. That's like a main sale point as well. Just across the road there, you can see the icon. That is the pizzeria sale point. And then if I just drive in here, and I will stop about there, we've got the bakery just there, which again you can use as a production chain. There's the buy icon, tip in there, etc. This is the shop. This is a workshop trigger just there, and we've got our shop icon menu just there. This is also your reset point, roughly about there. So if you reset anything, buy, lease anything, it will appear all out here at the front. And then next door to there, I just love all little things like the bus stops. Look, nice built up area, a lovely looking church. Seen that on a few maps. We've got a fuel station just there, and through the residential area, some recycling bins, people walking around. Absolutely love it. Fantastic. And then I'm going to stop here because this is just awesome. I think I may have to chase after him. A lovely little bridge that leads out into this sort of island. You can just see it on the mini map. There's a few trees. Unfortunately you can't buy it, but there's boats there. But look at this. If we run down here, I might have to jump in the water here. Look at this fella. He's just mosey on round, having a little fish. I think that's brilliant. And I'm pretty sure on the original one, because I did get time to go round it before it got removed, there was 2 boats in this pond, because that is where I tried to take my thumbnail, and I tried to get both the boats and the guys in the same picture. There's only one guy this time, which is fine. Moving on from there, if we swing right in here, just in front of us here, another kind of main sell point. This is GLW dealer, and then right down the back here we have got that small BGA, which is just here. We've got 2 good sized bunker silos here, which would be ideal for this map. But it's quite a nice open area here. It's just a shame you can't buy this sort of land again. But I'm going to stop the tractor. So there's your BGA, or your tipping and out jobbies, and then you can buy this for 435,000. So not too bad, but there you go. Look at that scenery, absolutely fantastic. But that is it, guys. I will just quickly show you that last bit we did. So we did all this pretty much all on top of each other here, and we just drove down into there and then up round the back, and that is it. That is the map. That is Unterkrebach by DerJogi. Hope you have all enjoyed the map tour. If you have, please smash that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, then please do. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.